boy's back, and I done did it again one more time. Guys, we are live right now, live from sunny Florida. It's about to be 7 o'clock and still sunny. By the way, guys, last few hours before the end of the summer sale. Guys, today is the last day, okay? It's finito after this. Take advantage. It's 50% off, all right? If you've been wanting me to help you out in this journey, I've helped thousands of people get into this game. Um, you want to come in now, okay? Excuse me. Got a little cough. But yeah, man, how you guys doing? All right. Shout out to everybody that's in here that's popping up on the live stream. By the way, for anybody that's showing up for the accountability meeting, we're moving it to tomorrow. Today is a holiday. Y'all know how I do it, right? Holidays, I like to go in and move it to the following day on Tuesday, okay? So if we have like a holiday on a Monday, we go in and do the meeting on Tuesday because now a lot of people get to show up. People are with their families, people doing barbecues, people hanging out. Okay, so definitely the accountability meeting is gonna be tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Shout out to everybody in here. MJ, good question. Joe, what's good with when is the next profitable developer meeting? We're probably gonna do it either Friday or Saturday this week. Okay, so that way we could go in and have our meeting. This last month we couldn't do it because of situations. I'm in the process of moving from here. Like I got a bunch of boxes, a bunch of stuff. I just came from the other house right now. So we're doing all of that right now as we speak. So yeah, man, shout out to everyone here. Let me see what's up. What's the temps like? What's the temperature like? It's hot. It's hot. It's a little bit cooler now, but all day's been crazy hot. Let me see. Reading through here through the chat, guys. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to talk to you guys, answer whatever questions you might have, and also let you guys know today is the last day, 50% off on CodingPhase.com. I want you guys to come in. There's a lot of cool things coming in for you guys. But the cool thing about it is that if you sign up now in 2025, you're basically gonna get access to all of the services that we provided for everyone all of these years, right? For the basically the tech accelerator, the accountability meetings, pretty much the searching for jobs for you, me helping you out directly, get into this game. Okay, 2026, we're not doing that. So this is the only time that you're gonna find that 50% off. And I want you guys that want to come to codingphase.com and lock in that number and lock in those services, right? You get it this time, right? So it's literally the last couple of hours. It's 6 o'clock, so we got what, like maybe 5 hours left before the deal goes away. So take advantage. Okay, shout out to everybody in here. Again, if you guys have any question about coding phase, leave it here. If you have any topics that you guys want me to talk about, leave it right here. I'll go in and talk to you guys. I got a good half an hour to an hour that I could spend with you guys today. And yeah, man, where am I moving to? I'm moving somewhere here in Florida for the meantime. My plan is to basically move to Texas somewhere next year. But in the meantime, while the kids are still in school and this and that, you know how it is. When you're a family man, you can't just go in but be out. Also, too, my next home, that if I decide to purchase a home, I gotta go in and look at the area, look at the city, look at the location, do my research. Okay, right. So I want to give myself that time of having like what I call a leap year where we're gonna be in a nice home, nice area, but at the same time, I don't have to deal with like, you know, doing anything with the house. It's already there. You get what I'm saying? Everything's already complete. Everything's done for me. I just gotta move in and that's it. So I could focus on this new business models that I'm doing right now. We have traderplanner.com. We are getting ready right now to start running advertisement on that. I'm going to keep you guys updated on how that software as a service starts going. We're also upgrading CodingPhase.com. For those of you guys that didn't see the last video that I dropped, right? The huge announcement, right? Y'all didn't see that live stream? Go check it out. But basically, to sum it up for you guys, we are taking Coding Phase to the next level. What do I mean by that? We're basically going in and gonna have basically interactive playgrounds for people to come in, learn how to code, right? Learn skills, everything that has to do with programming, right? We're gonna focus a lot on creating interactive playgrounds. So not only do you have the video courses, but you also have interactive coding sessions where you could go in, practice your HTML, CSS, practice your JavaScript, practice your Python. We're going to be focusing a lot in Python in 2026. So that's going to be something that's going to be pretty cool. Also, too, of course, PHP, you already know. We're never gonna leave PHP because it's a lot of job opportunities with it, right? We always focus on where the jobs is, not where the hype is, right? But Python, we also gonna be focusing a lot in Python because there's a lot of roles that's gonna be required for you to have knowledge of Python coming 2026 and beyond. And we're gonna be going in and adding that to the platform. And like I said, it's gonna be an interactive playground where there's so many cool things we're adding to it. Matter of fact, let me bring my laptop real quick. Let me bring my laptop real quick with me, right? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see, give you guys a little preview. Shout out to the kids. You already know we got Ethan, we got Jason over here in the cut. Say what up, guys. What up? This kid. Big ass kids now, right? Soon we're gonna be like, yeah, Ethan getting married soon. You imagine, like, we're gonna blink and we're gonna be like, yo, look, my office is empty. That's it, y'all. I'm out of here. Freedom. Free at last. Free at last. You know what I mean? We are out of here. Only the big things like big furniture is in here left, but we getting the hell out of here, guys. It's gonna be interesting. Okay. Shit, we did a 5-year bid in this crib, bro. I feel like one of the people that freaking just coming home from upstate. That's how I feel right now, man. But yeah, man, let me see if I give you guys a little quick glimpse on what we're working on as far as codingphase.com. Let me see. Let me refresh this page. Of course, I got to show you guys through the phone for the moment. But basically, I'll give you guys a little quick glimpse. All right. So this is pretty much how basically the dashboard is going to be for you. You're going to have learning progress. We're going to have experience. Basically, we're going to gamify learning how to code, right? So on top of that, we're going to go in and make sure that we're focusing not on just like learning how to code, how I've always been doing it here with you guys, right? Which is where the job's at, right? So we're focusing on those type of skills that's going to help you land a job. Also, too, on what's happening in the industry. And we're going to have, like I said, a lot of cool things in here. Let me see if I open up this up real quick. Give me 1 second. We just did some updates to this. But basically, it's going to have, like I said, career paths. It's going to have the different courses. You're going to be able to start, like, you know, the different career paths. All the different courses is going to be in there. It's going to have projects. So as you're learning how to code and learning certain skills, it's going to also give you guys projects to do. Of course, it's going to be self-paced. So you're going to be able to go in and say, okay, cool. I learned HTML, CSS. What's the project that I should be building? And we're going to go in, give you all the details, all the requirements that you should have on your projects. And then from there, you could go in and check it off, right? Another thing, too, that we're going to be adding is a community, right? So in a sense, like Anyone can join. It's going to be free. That section is going to be free. So it's going to be a free tier. It's going to be a diamond membership. And then you have the tech accelerator, right? So the free tier is going to give you access to the community, access to the forums, asking access to I can't talk, access to the community, access to comment section, access to being able to go in and tutor. One thing that we're going to be adding to coding phase, the new version, is going to be the ability for people that already is in the industry to join coding phase. And let's say somebody right now needs some extra help. There are, I don't know, maybe learning front end development. You have a couple of years in front end development, and you say, man, I got a couple of hours that I'm available. Maybe on a Saturday I could do 2 hours, right? Somebody that might need some extra help might say, hey, you know what? Let me book this person. So any one of you guys is going to be able to go in and sign up. We're gonna look at your work history. We're not just gonna go in and let anybody come in and be a tutor. It has to be somebody that either has worked in the industry, has experience, has built projects that are meaningful, that we could see that they could actually bring value to the next person. So someone could come in and say, hey, you know what? I want to book, let's say, 2 hours with MJ, right? MJ has his profile, right? It don't cost him nothing to join. All it takes is just for us to verify his skills and what he could bring to the table for a student. And if that student wants to go in and say, hey, I want to book MJ, basically we'll go in and we'll handle the whole processing, right? The student could come in and pay for those hours and say, hey, this is what I'm paying for. And MJ shows up to his meeting with him, Zoom call, etc., and then just gives you the ability to go in and make some extra money, right? We'll go in and focus on promoting the platform. We'll go in and putting money behind the platform itself, right? Running a lot of advertisement, getting it out there, and then we'll handle the processing and the process between, um, you know, the student and the actual developer that's gonna go in and do tutoring, right? So it's a lot of stuff, a lot of features. We're gonna take it into different versions, right? Version one should be done. Um, well, you'll see it live probably by the end of this month. By Black Friday of this year is gonna be version one completed, which is gonna have all the courses, the projects, the interactive playground, um, the experience system, the free tier, all of that's gonna be done. Version two, which is gonna be probably December, January. That's where we're gonna go in and bring in the different ways that you could earn money too through coding phase. Also too, we're adding affiliates, right? So we've always had affiliates, but we was very selective of who we had as affiliates because Teachable was a problem to handle affiliate marketing. So as you basically share, hey, I'm in coding phase, hey, I'm in this platform, when you share that, right, you could go in and get paid for every single time that somebody uses your link, and we'll give you a good percentage. It could be 30-40% of whatever the person pays. When they come to the platform, you get that completely for free. Meaning, like, let's say right now, for example, um just to give you like a rough estimate, right? Let's say you're getting, let's say, a membership, right? The membership might be $30, right? 30 bucks, $45, etc., whatever it might be, right? When somebody goes in and uses your link to sign up for it, you get 30% of that, right? So automatically. And if it's a like a membership, like a monthly membership, every single month you get paid that amount. You get paid that amount too. And on top of that, let's say, for example, I'll give you an example, okay? So let's say you're making, I don't know, you go in, you share this on Discord, you share this on Twitter, you share it on your Instagram, you share it on YouTube, you share it on your Quora. Let's say somebody asks, hey, what platform should I go in and learn? And you share this on whatever platform in the comment section. They use your link. Let's say you get 10 people, automatically you make, let's say, I don't know, maybe 70, $80, right? Now, it might not seem like much, but throughout a whole year, as you go in and you share it to other people and share it to the platforms, right? It adds up. For anybody that's interested in knowing how affiliate marketing works, right? Basically, it's compounding, especially when it's on a subscription model. You basically, every single time that somebody comes in, uses your link, it compounds. So your first month might be just 10 people, right? Let's say that's, I don't know, 70, 80 bucks or something like that, okay? From there, the next month, 10 more people come in. You still got the 10 people that you already brought into the platform. Now you're adding onto that. Now it's 140. Guess what? A year later, you might be making $4,000 or $5,000 from CodingPhase.com. That's the facts. Okay. So again, what I'm doing with this, right? We're creating a new version of CodingPhase. All the courses, the online courses is gonna be in there, right? All the videos that we have created over the years is gonna be in there, but we're taking it to a higher level where anyone could come in into the platform, use the platform, whatever it is that they want to learn. They want to learn, cybersecurity. They want to learn email marketing specialist. They want to learn email development. They want to learn um, front end, back end, PHP, Python. There's gonna be career paths for all of that, projects for all of that. There's gonna be sections for interview questions for all of that. So pretty much we're going for the next of Codecademy. We're going for the next of the free code camp, right? All of that. We're actually doing it right. you know. Again, with the knowledge of everything that we've been able to do over the years, as far as coding phase, now going into the space, we beat Team Treehouse, right? We beat Team Treehouse. Now we're going for Codecademy and all the other spots that's out there. Okay. Shire said a few hours left for what, bro? 50% off on codingphase.com. All right, that's the few hours that's left. You're not gonna find the deal that we have right now. You're not gonna get it again. Okay. It's a great opportunity where you're gonna have me directly working with you as a Diamond member. The Diamond membership, what we see now, what you have access to now, no one else is gonna have access to that in 2026. You're not gonna have access to me if you sign up in 2026. Someone comes in 2027, 2028, they don't have access to me, right? I don't look at their projects. I don't work with them directly. Only the people that are already members of CodingPhase.com previous to 2026. There's going to be certain things that's going to show in there that you have been a legacy, basically in saying a legacy student. You get what I'm saying? Where I'm still going to do my meetings every Monday. I'm still going to do all of the things that I've been doing for you guys, and that has helped a lot of people. But now only for you guys. I'm only doing that for you guys. Um, you know, and whoever signs up after this year, it is what it is. The platform's gonna be great. It's just that the access to me, that's not being given to everybody. It's only for the people that came in before, and your account is gonna show that, right? I was thinking about putting in like for everybody that came in before 2026, you're gonna have a badge that's gonna say, founding members. You get what I'm saying? Donnie says that can't be your this piece of shit. This shit ain't nothing, bro. This is my home, bro. What the hell you thinking? Yeah, people was funny, man. Bro, I'm getting rid of this house, bro. You like this shit? I'm getting rid of this shit. You want it? My next shit is gonna be crazy. Okay? This is nothing. This is like a regular crib. You know what I'm saying? My next script is crazy. Dude is like, yo, that can't be your bro. What is this? I'm gonna be here renting for 5 years? Nah, bro. We leaving out of here with some fucking some equity, bro. We bought this shit before 2020, bro. Yeah, we getting out of here now. My plan is moving to Texas, bro. We're gonna spend another year in Florida, and then we're going to Texas. The big T. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, now I'm probably as like owning another place. I might not do it who knows? I want to buy a house in DR. I don't want to buy a house here in the US. It don't make no sense, right? Again, I already talked about all of this shit a million times, but yeah, it doesn't make no sense. I'll give you an example. Like, even though this house appreciated pretty good, made a lot of fucking money in a sense, double my money in a sense, right? To be honest with you, with all the knowledge that I've been able to pick up over the years and everything that I've been able to do, like buying a house like this is actually a liability. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do is put your money in the market. I'll give you a great example. Nvidia, right? The Nvidia stock right now, it's still super cheap. So if you would have bought in 2023, it was around $200. It got to the point that it was $1,000, $1,100 like that. Then they did a reverse split, which means that they basically went in and made that same stock become, I think it was like $100. It's already to the point where now it's about to touch the 200, meaning that if you would have bought back then, right, you would have probably 10x your money. Okay, just giving you game. This is stuff that I learned over time. Did I 10x my money in here? No, I doubled it. That's a big difference. You doubled it, doesn't really make you, you know, rich. Now with what I know, I'm doing this shit completely different. I'm not buying no crib. I'm not doing none of that. I'm putting all my money into my businesses where I could really get cash flow how I'm supposed to. Also, too, the stock market. I'm doing all long term. Like once I sell this fucking crib, all my money's going into the stock market, ETFs. You know what I mean? Because I tell you like this: for the price that I pay for here, and this is a nice home. It's nice. It's cute. It's a cute neighborhood. Nice little pool, big backyard, all of that shit. To be honest with you, I could be in a mansion with what I pay here if I rent it. So that's the plan. There's no point of me having my bread stuck in a house when in reality I could go in, rent myself a mansion, and have my cash, right? Have my cash and put that shit in the market, all right? So then now we could go in and use that same money, open up other businesses and other businesses and other businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the plan. There's a lot of shit that I learned over time, and this is why I'm trying to put you guys on game. It's the same thing with cars, you know? Like, when I started getting my bread and started getting money, what did I do? I buy a fucking $100,000 car, freaking $80,000 car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you spend money like crazy, which makes no fucking sense. When in reality, you could go in, lease a car, right? Which in the hood or somebody ignorant might say, well, it's not your car. It's like, motherfucker, the people that got bread, they don't buy the car. They lease it because every 2 years you could get a brand new one. And then you have your cash where you put it in investments where that shit grows over time. That's the mistakes that I did, right? Because I was young. Coming from the hood. I don't really have no financial literacy. Over time, I've been able to pick that up. Now it's a different ballgame. The way how I'm doing this shit is gonna be the smart way, which is you don't buy nothing. You put that money to work for you. And then what you do with that bread is you get whatever lifestyle you want, right? And you're chilling. You get what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to move. I wish somebody would have taught me that. Sometimes you see that shit, like you see like Instagram posts and shit like that. But once you reach that level, then you realize, oh shit, this shit, a lot of stuff that you do over the years don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing now, right? And I'm making moves, guys. You say you're teaching trading too. I'm putting it on hold for now. I am gonna create a course on trading. Um, Probably, it has to be after we launch the new version of CodingPhase. And the reason that is because number one, I gotta look into, you know, just the legality of it. Like I gotta have to all the stuff properly, because what happens is like you could go in and create a course with trading, and there's a tinterin that's out there that says, well, I'm gonna buy this course and I'm gonna be rich. And it's like that doesn't work like that. Like I've lost like 80K in 2023, 60s, 80K. You know what I'm saying? It takes, you're gonna make mistakes, right? And some people don't understand that. So I have to go in and like before I even start working on it, I gotta go in and have somebody to really write all the legality things, all the stuff that needs to be in there to protect me and my business before I go in and launch that. Also too, because there's a lot of people that's just opportunist that they'd be like, whoa, he has this course and ain't let me try to get buy it and then let me try to sue him because I thought I was gonna be a millionaire. So you're gonna say like that's the thing that I didn't know about that shit. And then once I started doing research, I'm like, oh, I can't. This is not like a regular course. Like if you go into that space, you gotta go in there with like a legal legal background because people is just thinking. So it's like me. If I go in and I buy a course, I'm not thinking I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm learning a skill, and I know that this shit is risky. I know this shit takes time, because I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of money and made a lot of money with it, but the average person doesn't really understand that. And then there's some people that understand that, but they will be like, well, he didn't put it on the fucking legal, on the disclaimer, this and that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me put that on hold. Let me get accessorized by somebody come in and really put me on game on how to do it legally to protect my assets. You know what I mean? You're contributing to ruining the job market for CS students. 8, it's not my fault that companies is hiring without a degree. It's not my fault that a lot of CS students graduate and don't even know how to code. That's not my problem. My problem is helping people that's just like me get into the game, make their money, right? And use this industry for what it is, right? We're not here for the poppy and mommy kids, okay? Y'all got enough spaces and enough places for you guys, the poppy and mommy kids, that y'all don't have to worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? This is for us, the fucking guy that's on Uber, the guy that's on fucking truck driver, the guys that's fucking working at FedEx, the guy that's tired of working at fucking Walmart and Target and busting his ass and not being able to get nothing. That's who I do it for. I don't do it for the poppy and mommy kids. Okay? You got enough spaces for that. Now we gotta help people that's out here that's grinding, that are smart and are willing to put in the work, and you know they know that they could do better and they could get some more money. And if the industry and the money is flowing to that, guess what? That's where we're gonna go. What you want me to say? I'm not contributing to ruining the CS students. Like, no, the CS students need to step their fucking game up, because there's a guy right now that he's doing this shit every night when he comes home from work, and when he applies to a job, guess what? He got more experience and more skills than this guy who spent 4 years in school. That's just 100. At that point, it ain't my fault. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, and also too is like this platform, this community is for us. This shit is not for everybody. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could go in and watch all the other YouTube channels, all the other YouTube developers that go in and be like, a life in a computer science major, a life in a Fang this and that, a life in a Google employee. You could go and watch those people. This community is for people trying to get their bread and do what they have to do. Slick Lip says, what up? What's going on, my guys? Reading to here. I got Palantir. Yes, Palantir is pretty good. BD says, respectfully, sir, I'm not get the fuck out. And respectfully, you ain't even gonna get close to me. It's just gonna be pop, 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 pop. And then at that point, we gotta look and be like, yo, I'm calling it. I'm calling it in. Like, yo, sir, I was afraid for my life. I'm not trying to lose my shit. I'm not trying to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? So respectfully. There's always some random dude like, yeah, respectfully, I'm a grown ass man. You get what I'm saying? We don't do no fighting no more. That's high school days. Now we move around with that heat. You know what I'm saying? And we on business. Respectfully. Dudes be like, yeah, respectfully, you wouldn't even last. You wouldn't, by the time you do a first swing, I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for that. I'm a grown ass man. Father of four, husband of one. Maybe in the future, husband of three. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't know how some of these dudes be doing that and be like, yo, yeah, man, we three wives, four wives. That's crazy. I don't know how to do it. But you never know if you bowling like that, shit. Cause I be watching some of these dudes in Utah, and you're like, yo, they have a house for one wife, a house for another wife, a house right in the neighborhood. Dude just go through the back door from the house. It's like, yo, tonight I gotta go to this one. I'll go see Cindy. Tomorrow I'll go see little Kimberly. You get what I'm saying? Run them fades. I already run enough fades, bro. I'm too old for that shit. I'm a grown ass man, bro. Grown man don't be running no fades. You know what I'm saying? Not in this day and age, cause somebody packing. You know what I'm saying? So somebody packing, you go in and go on somebody, they might pack you out, cause you gave them the fade, right? So now they mad, so they pack you up. So before they pack me up, I'm packing everybody up. You know what I'm saying? That's just my move. You know what I'm saying? That's how grown men move now. You know what I'm saying? Dude's like, yo, you gotta run that fade. He's like, bro, ain't nobody running no fade. After 35 years old, you still running fades? Yeah, bro, you ain't moving right. That shit, you leave that shit for the 19-year-old, 20-year-old. He ain't got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Go in, wake up with a black eye, wake up with a missing tooth. When you grown, you got shit to do. You got places to go. You got jobs that you gotta go to. You can't go in and be like, yeah, man, last night I had a crazy going right now. You know what I mean? Last night was lit. You know, you see how I look. Imagine what the other guy look. Nah, grown man is like, yeah, shit happened in the weekend. You know what I mean? I got booked, got let out. I'm home. You know what I'm saying? It's a case. Yeah, they dropped the case because the dude came at me, and I was afraid for my life. I had my kid in the back seat. Yeah, and that's it. You keep it moving. Gotta know how to move out here. Again, I gotta crack some jokes, man. Let me see. Says one. A lot of experience things other than coding. What? Let me read this. Okay. It seems even hard to find a web content editor these days. The thing is that, guys, look, this is the shit. Let's break it down. Let me give you guys some game. Okay? Right now, we are in an employer's market. This is not 2021. This is not 2022 where companies were just hiring just to hire, right? That time might not be here for another 5 years. So what does that mean? Right? Employers have the opportunities in their hands. And now they could choose and pick and choose who they want to go in and hire. So when you're learning certain skills, this is why when I go in and I teach you guys these things and you see in my curriculum, this is not let's learn HTML, CSS, and then from there let's go learn JavaScript. No, I go in and say, let's learn HTML, CSS, building a responsive website. Then from there, let's go in and use a CMS system, right? Then from there, let's go in and build a portfolio project. And then from there, let's build a portfolio. Then from there, let's go in and build a resume that is going to get you the position, right? Now, when you go to these interviews, why is it that I'm always rushing for you guys to start getting interviews? It's very simple. When you go to these interviews, right, the first interviews, you're not going to get the job. But what that does is it gives you a preview of what these companies are asking for. Now you come back in and you say, okay, cool. They were asking me about this thing called Braze. I don't know what Braze is. You go in, you know enough that you could go in, go to the Braze website, look at the documentation. Now when you go to the next interview, even though you haven't done and used Braze, now you could answer the questions about Braze. Oh, they talk about HubSpot, right? Hey, have you ever used HubSpot? No, but guess what? Now you know. Now you go home and you study how to use HubSpot. Oh, they ask you about Google Analytics, maybe Google Studio. Guess what? You come home and you learn that skill. It's a trial and error thing. There is no, like, in a sense of a guarantee that you learn one skill and be like, well, I know HTML, CSS, and that's it. No, there's things that come with the job. If somebody comes in and says, well, he knows HTML, CSS, and this guy knows HTML, CSS. Now we asked him about Google Analytics, and this guy said, then now the next person that goes in and says, oh yeah, Google Analytics, I actually use that to, to be able to track users and to see how the traffic like. Okay, great. So now this guy goes to the next stage. Now they go in, answer, ask the same question to another guy, and then they also mention, hey, do you know anything about Google Search Console? Have you heard anything about SEO? Maybe some SEO tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs. And then that guy says, yes, I've actually used it before, or I have enough knowledge of it, or hey, I can answer this question confidently enough that even though I haven't used it, I understand what they do. That guy goes above this guy that only knows HTML, CSS, right? And just a little bit of Google Analytics. This guy knows HubSpot, knows how to use Search Console, knows how to track, the SEO rankings for the website on Ahrefs, let's say, for example. That helps him land a position because now this company, the power's in their hands. Even though it's always been like that, but in the pandemic, there was opportunities that even if you didn't know shit, they were like, fuck it, we need somebody here, so we just take them in and we'll train them here. Now, the ball is on their side of the court. Now they could go in and say, I'm going to pick him because he tall. I'm going to pick him because he got dribble, right? I'm going to pick him because he could shoot. You get what I'm saying? The ball is on their side of the court. So, yes, for every role, that's why we're adding so many different things to CodingPhase. I'm constantly adding new things to make sure that you get to bypass all of those things. And that's one of the reasons why I do the accountability meetings. People be getting this thing messed up, right? The reason why I have the accountability meetings, the reason why I search for jobs for the students, the reason why I help them with the portfolio and help them with the projects, it's very simple. It just works, right? It just works because you knowing how to code, you don't know everything that allows you to get the job. And even when you go and get interviews, you still don't know what are the things that you need to improve. When you come to these meetings, you're supposed to come to me and give me a rundown. Hey, how was this meeting, right? How was this interview? What did they ask you? Da-da-da, right? Now I could come in and tell you, okay, this is the things you got to focus on. This is the thing that you got to work on, right? That's the power of these meetings, okay? You have to pay top dollar for that shit. And anybody, if I go in and I say, hey, I'm gonna go to an expert in one specific field, right? I have to pay him top dollar per hour. When you come to codingphase.com, I'm giving you that for basically for free because you're paying for what the courses cost. You're not paying for the searching for jobs, the meetings, all that shit costs money. If somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm gonna give somebody 1 hour, that's gonna cost anywhere from $50 to $200, depending on what that person wants to charge. You don't believe me? Go do your research, right? That's why 2026, we're not doing that for anybody other than the people that came in 2025 and before. You get what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense, right? Because before I was doing this like, hey, I'm doing it like for a friend. Now I gotta go in, I'm like, oh shit, I'm putting a lot of time into this. How much are other people that do things similar to what I do either in other industries or in this industry, how much do they charge? They actually charge $4,000 to $6,000, right? Shout out to what's this girl's name? Simone B. I think that's her name, Simone B. or Simone. She actually talks about and teaches like cybersecurity and this and that. Ask how much she makes per student because she puts in the work, has the whole platform that teaches cybersecurity and all this shit. How much do you think she makes? That's way more than 2,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've been trying to tell you guys, take advantage of what you have. You don't know what you have unless you actually have gone through the actual platform, right? Because I'm telling you, this shit costs bread. You know, I might not be a guy that, have like the badges, the Google, the Facebook, the this, and that. No. What I do know is how to help people get into the tech industry, how to find opportunities for them coming from any background and giving them the best chances for them to get in as quickly as possible. That's my expertise. If they go in and they tell me, hey, do you have a master's on this? Yes, I got a master's in 10, 10 plus years of me doing this myself, and then 7 plus years of me doing it for other people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this topic of web development, I'm an expert. You know what I'm saying? That costs a little pretty penny. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that comes to CodingPhase, I've been giving that to all of you guys, right? This time around, 2026, we're gonna go in and say, you know what? We giving out all the courses for the subscription, but that mentorship, that group coaching, is only for the people that already signed up. Anybody that comes after 2026, I'm not doing it. Period. Because I know I can't go in and be doing crackhead prices for the rest of my life. You get what I'm saying? Especially when it takes a lot of time out of my day. But I hope that people understand that, right? You know what I mean? It's like you can't be the only guy that go in. It's like right now you jump on Fiverr, right? And somebody says, "Hey man, I'm looking for a Shopify expert," and all the Shopify experts are charging $200 and more, and you show up and be like, "Whoa, I'm doing it for $10." That don't make no sense. When you are actually an expert, and people that's not even an expert actually charging $200. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, it is what it is. But what I'm saying with that is like, yo, please take advantage, right? Of what you have here. The people that don't sign up, I'm telling you guys, you're gonna miss out on a lot. Ask the people that's been here for years and that have helped them get into the game. Ask them if a bullshit $200, if they've made that shit back 20-fold, 30-fold. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Reading through here. Yo, Joe, thanks for teaching me how to code and got a job as a full stack developer. And then I moved over to cybersecurity, blue team, and now we're making the agentic AI do our work for us. Congrats on that, bro. That's the thing. You got to continue growing. You know. Basic Vince says, I see. I have an interview for that in a few days. I will do it in practice because the place is in Washington. They say they will not assist me with moving from Illinois. Mm. Let me see. Renee says, I might be getting a position soon. The dude that helped me out for my first job has an opening for a 3-month contract. Oh, nice. Nice, Renee. There you go. Michael de la Riva says, my content editor position was Excel heavy. I had no idea going in there. Yeah, there's skills that you're going to have to pick up. You know what I'm saying? Like every job uses different tools. Like you might go to a company that uses Monday.com. Some of you guys might say, what the hell is Monday.com? Unless you've seen like the advertisement, right? Um, Somebody might use Jira. Somebody might use Trello. Some might use Bandcamp. Some might use Asana, right? Those are project management tools. Every company is going to have certain tools that they use that you're going to have to learn, right? But once you learn the concept of one tool, like for example, a project management tool, what is it that it does? And I know how to use one, you can learn all the other ones. A CRM tool, what it exactly does, I could go in and learn all the other ones. Email client, I could use that one, or email service, let's say like Klaviyo, Guess what? You know Klaviyo, you know how to use Salesforce, you know how to use ConvertKit, you know how to use MailChimp, you know how to use Braze. You could use any of those. It's the same process. Tomorrow I'm dropping a video reacting to an email marketing specialist video of some girl here on YouTube. Maybe you guys could go in and just search email marketing specialist on YouTube and you will see it. And it's so funny because she talks about all of the pros that I basically keep giving to you guys. And I'm almost 100% sure she came to codingphase.com. I don't know exactly, but I'm almost 100% sure because I remember her name. But look it up, search email marketing specialist. She making 80K in her day as far as work. It's simple. It's managing the emails for a company, going in and actually setting up the automations, and that's it. Now, what's really cool about this is that look up the word in the keyword CRM, right? This is the new thing. There's two keywords that right now are going to be hot. This is where the jobs is going as far as like what's the titles. There's CRM specialist, there's automation specialist, okay? Also two, support engineer, okay? That's where a lot of the new jobs is popping up. Remember, this is what I get paid for. I don't get paid for anything else. People don't come to me and be like, well, I want to learn how to code. You could learn how to code anywhere. When you come to me is because you know this is what I do, okay? And this is what I've been doing for years. You go in, watch my oldest video till now. The fucking, the speech doesn't change, okay? My job here is to help you get into the industry with alternative ways where you're going to make money, and then from there you could branch off to whatever dream job you also want. What this does is get you money in your pocket and experience that you need, okay? The front end roles, the full stack developer roles, if you don't have experience working in any type of tech field or any company in general, it's almost damn near impossible right now. I'll be honest, okay? There's too many people with experience that are going for those roles, all right? So you that's trying to get in, or maybe you're trying to find your first job, or maybe you got laid off and you're trying to find a job quickly, this is where you got to pay attention to. Is automation specialist, CRM specialist, okay? All of these things are connected to web development. Now, the only difference is that what you're doing is you're using tools to solve certain problems for businesses. Now, you might say, well, Joe, I want to be a full stack developer. I just want to code. The world is changing. It's no longer going to be coding, okay? This is how you're going to be ahead of everybody. There's people that's only focusing on coding right now. That shit is about to be dead pretty soon, okay? What do I mean by that? Remember back, anybody that's been following me, remember back in 2019, 2018, all you needed to do was HTML, CSS, and do your responsive emails. You will find an email as an email developer. Now it's switching over to email marketing specialist, which now you now have to go in, create the emails, but because you could create the emails much easier now, and sometimes you use templates or sometimes you build a template once and then you reuse the same thing, now you got to learn the tools within the email ecosystem. That's what's happening with most of the jobs in tech. It's not about coding anymore. Okay? AI changed the game. You need to know how to code, but you need to know the ecosystems around web development. Okay? That's what's going to give you the edge. Remember, anybody that watches me for a while, put in number one. If everything that I've been saying for years have been right, put number two if you feel like I've been bullshitting. Put number one if you know every time that I've laid out certain things out and I say, hey, this is what's coming, have I been wrong? The only two times that I will say I was wrong and it was out of my hands in a sense was one when I said hyper app. This was in 2017. I said hyper app is the next thing. And the reason why hyper app didn't become pretty big was because the actual developer that created hyper app is a tinted, doesn't understand marketing. The framework was really good. It's just the dude is an idiot. You got to learn how to promote your fucking tools for it to become popular. The second time was VR and XR in 2022, 2023, right? And the reason that is because it still could come back up. But the reason why that didn't blow up how it was supposed to was because Apple dropped the ball. Apple had the Vision Pro, didn't promote it right. They put it too expensive, and on top of that, they didn't deliver on their promise, which basically dropped the whole industry. And then that let the space of AI come up. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, I've been right to every single thing, everything that has to do with web development. When I go in, I say, hey, this is what's happening now. It's for a reason. It's because I've done enough research and I've seen enough movements and been in this game long enough that I could tell you this is what's happening now. The click clack is not important no more. Okay? Knowing, be like, hey, I'm the best fucking JavaScript developer, that shit's irrelevant now. I'm being honest. You could be really good and you could really come out with some, really, beautiful code. But the truth is that there's a guy out here that he could be so-so, and he'll probably be a better developer for a company than that guy who's an expert. You don't believe me? Go watch the video that I just released a couple of months ago, probably a month or two ago, where I talked about the guy that helped TypeScript, which is the programming language that we all use for the front end now. He got laid off from Microsoft after 18 years. Okay, now you might say this guy's a genius. This guy, he's crazy. Yo, can y'all see me now? Let me know if you can see me, you could hear me. I'm freezing up. Let me know if I'm not freezing up anymore. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Anybody can see me. Let me know. I'm back. Yeah, my fault, guys. Wi-Fi issues. I moved the Wi-Fi extender. I packed it up. Yeah, man. So what I was saying with this is, like, just knowing how to code is not gonna guarantee you a job. Knowing how to code is part of it, but the opportunities is really in knowing how to code and the tools that come with the job. That's why you see so many people that just graduated from school and they're struggling. They can't find a job. They don't know anything. And then they keep following the same people that all they do is teaching them how to code. That shit is outdated. You know what I'm saying? It's outdated to just say, hey, I'm going to teach you just to code. You need to go in and teach everything that comes with the job. That's another thing, too, why a lot of people over time, and it's always been like this, that people will go to jobs, and even though they have good projects and they have skills, they can't get hired. They don't really know the tools that come with the job. They don't even know the task and the things that they have to do because they've been focusing just on coding. I'll give you a great example, like for me, right? This past week, right? I don't got like 7 interviews lined up. On Wednesday, I got 2 more interviews, right? And then from there, I believe on Friday, I have 2 more that's going to be second round. One in the morning and another one in the afternoon. Okay? Now, why is it that me, a random dude with a hat on, right, that don't have a computer science degree, don't have any technical background that will give me an edge, right? I could go in and find roles fairly quickly compared to a guy, and you could look it up, go on TikTok, go on YouTube, and search people that cannot find jobs. Tech industry is over. Tech industry is oversaturated, and you'll see the amount of people crying, man, I can't find a job. It's been a year. I haven't even gotten one response. Why is that? right? I don't just focus on the click clack. The click clack is the cool part, right? That's what we love because we love to code. But for businesses, what you actually need is practical skills and things that they don't see in other people. Like I'll give you a great example, right? One of the companies that I did an interview this past week, right? It's actually a website manager. Um, you can it's a position that has to wear a lot of hats, right? In a sense, right? They're looking for somebody that has an e-commerce background, knows how to code. This how much shit they're throwing at you, right? So they're looking for somebody that knows how to code, right? Knows about e-commerce and understands how to build funnels. Now, you go in and you be like, well, I know JavaScript, I know Next.js, I know React. You think you're gonna get the job over me? That ain't gonna happen. You think you're gonna get an interview when they see my resume and they pull that shit up and they be like, all right, this resume is tailored to this position. This guy has experience in e-commerce, has experience with email development, has experience with Shopify, even taught those skills to others. You think you're gonna be able to get the same job, right? Or just the average guy that just know how to code? He don't got no chance against somebody like me, right? But why is that? Now, while people went in, when guys were like, back in 2016, 2015, they went deep into it. They're like, man, I'm going to learn Elixir. I'm going to learn Golang. I'm going to learn Rust. I was like this. I'm focusing on e-commerce. I'm focusing on the number one platform that's out here, Shopify. I'm focusing on how does ClickFunnels work? How does Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads work? How does marketing in general work, right? Now, of course, I have the technical background, same thing as this guy that's been learning Rust and Golang, but he definitely does not have what I have. He don't know none of the shit that I know. So when me and him show up to the same interview or we apply to the same job, we might have the same years of experience, but I got a whole leg above him. Because now a company sees me and says, this guy knows way more than this guy, and this skill that he has is just a one-skilled pony that he could do for us. Now, this guy can come in and understand the whole business model. Again, this is what I've been trying to teach you guys for years. Why I don't go in and start doing videos that's trending, or new framework, new this and that, new React version? Because that's not what companies really care about. That's what we care about as developers. If I have a channel that talks about how to get a job into the industry, why I'm going to tell you and create content that's for me and you. What you should care about is, how do I get a job? What is it that companies are looking for? Again, put number one if I'm wrong, put number two if I'm wrong, put number one if I'm right. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't make sense, right? This is the thing that a lot of people like. It's like when people find this channel, be like, damn, I wish I would have found this channel 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? Understand how YouTube works. YouTube gives you what you're looking for, right? Not what you need. Most people are looking for things that they're interested in. They're not looking for what companies are looking for, what they care about. That's the difference between someone who's doing something for passion, right? And someone who's going in and is looking at this as a business. You are the business owner. You are the owner of your skills and your knowledge. Now, how do you go in and promote those skills and get yourself in front of the right people? You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm gonna go in and say, hey, I'm interested in AI development, right? And I want to, join Tesla. The number one thing that I will look for is I will go through the whole job description of what Tesla is looking for data scientists, AI engineers, right? Then from there, I will go through LinkedIn and look at the people that work there. What do they have? What background do they have? What skills do they have? And then from there, I will go in and model myself with what those people have and the type of knowledge and skills that they have, that they work there. People do this shit the wrong way. When they are looking for a new career, they go on YouTube, right? And they say, well, I want to learn front end development. And then they go in and find a YouTuber that tells them, well, today a new framework came out. Today a new this, and that came out. Now you like coding, so you like getting entertained and you like getting introduced to those things. Shout out to my boy Theo. He's my what I would consider my CNN, my Fox News of whatever's happening in the JavaScript world, right? Because he always talks about that, right? But he has content for mid-level to senior level developers. His content is not really for junior level developers or for people looking for a job. His content is for people who already have a job and are passionate about this, just like he is. That's why I watch him, right? Now, when if I was like, I'm like, yo, I'm in the mood for looking for a job or looking for a job opportunity, I'm not watching Theo for that. I'm looking for what are the tools that's coming out here, right? What are these companies looking for? And then from there, I'll start looking into the conferences of those companies, right? For example, Shopify just dropped Shopify editions. Let me go watch that. Let me go see, do the research on that. So when I go to an interview, and they say, well, we like your portfolio. Your portfolio looks pretty good. It looks great. What do you know about Metafields? What do you know about the new ways of Shopify 2.0, the storefront? What do you know about hydrogen? Or sometimes they might not even mention that. But because you came out of your own mind and said, yeah, um, I've been using Shopify. I could build Shopify themes. I've also looked into hydrogen. Even though if that company doesn't use hydrogen, they're like, hmm, this guy knows his shit. Because we're thinking about switching over to hydrogen, and this guy's already talking about it. You get what I'm saying? There's ways to work this shit, right? But if you go in and you're just watching content for entertainment, you're not gonna learn shit there, man. And that's where people mess up at. They go in and be like, I'm just gonna go and watch this, and that because they have this specific content. That's like, I do music, right? I like to play around with music, right? I used to do music back in the day. But I could go on YouTube and I could watch YouTube tutorials on how to make beats, okay? The guys that's trying to make money, they're not watching that content. They're looking for how to market your beats, how to use SEO so you can rank better on YouTube when you're trying to sell your beats and you say, well, free beat type Lil Wayne, free beat type Young Thug type beat, right? These guys that's making bread, they're not looking for the tutorials from other developers. They're learning the skills that help those beats sell. Do you understand that? You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I've been trying to put you guys on. And you have to do the same shit as a developer. You can't just show up. I know how to code. So you and another freaking 5 million people who's looking for a job right now. Now, what can you do for us? What do we know about you that helps us say this guy stands out? This guy, he knows his shit. He knows this industry. He knows this ecosystem. Because a lot of people know how to code, but they don't know ecosystems. That's why there's guys that all they do is Java and they know everything about Java. Shout out to Lawrence, right? Lawrence gets paid to go talk about Java, right? Go talk in front of conferences, right? Another student from CodingPhase started from here, blew up. Now he's a developer advocate. He's out there. And the funny thing is that now his role as a developer advocate is for a company that works with emails. So all this whole time, you see how this whole shit goes in a full circle? I don't know, bro. Sometimes I don't want to be fucking tuning on my own horn all the fucking time, but this is what I've been trying to fucking tell you guys. It's like, do it right, man. Don't just learn skills to learn skills. Learn skills that benefit the businesses, because then now that helps you stand out. uh, Verve Grounded says, are developer jobs even viable anymore? Yes, becoming a developer is good. It's just you have to know the right things to learn. Just knowing how to code, it's not gonna get you a job. You gotta learn specific skills for specific roles. That's what's gonna help you stand out. Because when a guy shows up and he got 5 years, 10 years, and you're trying to get into this game, he's always gonna trump you, right? Gonna go over you. But knowing the skills around the job that he might not know, that's what's gonna help you stand out. Also, too, another thing that is a big factor is communication. If you go into an interview and you're like looking down, you're like, oh, scared. Everyone knows most developers are antisocials. Fucking, you know, how can I say this? What's the word? Not antisocial. It's another word for it. Can't remember it right now. But basically, don't like to speak. Don't like to communicate that much. Like to keep to themselves. All right. Most of these companies, they want to have a team that could collaborate, right? That could collaborate amongst people, and collaboration is going to be bigger than ever nowadays, right? And also knowing how to talk between different teams, right? If you are a developer, do you understand, KPI? What are the things that this company is doing? What are the things that the marketing team is doing? What is the things that the design team is doing? What are the project managers are up to, right? The product managers. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So those are the things that you have to go in and pay attention to. Is AI a threat to this industry? It's not a threat. It's a threat for the people that's dinosaurs. If you're a dinosaur, it's a wrap for you. You don't want to evolve. You're a Pokemon. We give you a fucking moonstone, and you still don't want to evolve. Guess what? You're out of here. Cause we're gonna give this moonstone to this Clefairy, and it's gonna evolve. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna give this moonstone to a Jigglypuff. We're gonna give this moonstone to a Pikachu. It's gonna become Raichu. You want to be a Pikachu for the rest of your life? Cool, stay being a Pikachu. Matter of fact, you're a Peach. What they call it, a Pichu. You get what I'm saying? There's people that's just gonna get left behind, and it's fine. Some of those guys that they already like, they're gonna get left behind. They already made their money. They already made their money. You know, it's like when I remember, like when I started, there was guys that made their money in the '90s, right, in the boom, right. I give you. Yeah, I don't want to give this person as an example because I don't want no beef. I don't want to have a back and forth. Right now, I'm in a good YouTube space. But there's people that came into this game, became developers in the 2000s, were doing like C++, this and that, right? They made their money. They bought properties and properties. They don't have to work, right? They already made their bread. Those are the smart ones. So when the industry shifted to more web development, some of those dinosaurs didn't evolve, right? And those dinosaurs stay where the dinosaurs stay, right? Now us, that we came in after them, we learned all the new tools and all the new stuff. It's the same thing like React or Angular. When that came out, there's people that didn't want to do that. They want to stay with jQuery. Guess what? Those dinosaurs, they still doing that shit somewhere, but they're not making as much as they used to, or they already transfer over to some other shit. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with AI. One of the main reasons why even I'm contemplating even going getting a developer role or working with some of these companies, it's on the AI side of things. I want to be part of that. The best way to learn, and I always keep telling you guys this is like the easiest shit. Always remember this. You could learn more, not on your own. You learn within companies because you're learning on their dime. The industry is going to do a shift now with AI, and it's going to be a crazy shift. You want to be part of that because once you're part of it, you could always find a job later on. You could always get back in later on. So one of the things that I have in my fucking bingo card this year is we're gonna go in. We're doing a lot of stuff with CodingPhase. That business, in a sense, the business model that I'm jumping into, I don't even have to run it 24/7 like how I've been running it, right? Now I could go in, focus more on my career, have my businesses running on the side, and then from there, go within these companies that are focusing on AI and the e-commerce space with AI. For example, like one of those companies that I did an interview with, one of the main questions that they were asking me about was as far as like AI, how do I use AI like ChatGPT for coming up with, ideas on marketing a product or a product launch, right? How do I use AI for segmentation, right? Are you comfortable with writing prompts, right? You know, I'm not the best guy with SQL. I'll be honest with you, right? I don't remember all that shit. Every single time that I have to write like a heavy SQL statement or something like that, like I go in into the documentation, pull it up, and then I do it, right? So I don't remember that from the top of my head. But one of the things that I loved about this was, hey, how comfortable are you prompting, ChatGPT and some of the other tools out here to be able to come up with the, database optimizations, database SQL queries and things like that. I'm like, bro, I'm super comfortable with that. Like that's what I do. I don't write nothing from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Not anymore. Not for like the last year and a half. So that's one of the things that I love about how the industry is changing. Now there's a guy out there who's like, damn, I spent 15 years just on SQL. And now my expertise is not worth as much as it used to. It's not as special as it used to. So what? Evolve. Don't be a dinosaur. Use AI. Because there's gonna be a guy like me that's not my expertise. SQL never been my expertise. I never liked it. It's not something visual. It's not something, I like to code. I like to build websites. The SQL part and database part, that's not really my thing. It's never been my thing. But now I've been able to go in and you know shit that will take me an hour to go and do and set up all this shit. I do that shit in 5 minutes. I write the whole prompt. I know exactly how the database is supposed to be. Boom, I get all the SQL statements, not even the SQL statements. I get the Laravel migrations done. I'm out of here. Keep it moving. Now there's a guy out there. It's like, whoa, man, I was so good with Eloquent. I was so good with Postgres. Guess what? There's a guy like me popping up, taking your candy now. Because my expertise is more on the front end, um, and framework based, right? Because I'm a web developer. I'm not. I don't consider myself a dude that's like, man, I'm gonna go deep into engineering, the database structure. I never liked that, right? I know how to do it. I know how to fucking use it. But there's a guy that's way better than me out there for sure. But this is the beauty of it that nowadays it's about the person who has the ideas. It's not just, you know, the technical skill, which now puts all of us in the same playing field. So then now how do I stand out in a system where now all of us in a sense are in the same level playing field? Well, how do you use the tools? What do you know about the industries? And that's what helps me stand out more than the average guy that might be a way better developer than me because that's all he does. He don't got no kids. He don't got a fucking dog. He don't got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't got shit to do other than code all day. Of course, that guy is gonna be way better than me. I got a life. You know what I'm saying? But you know, oh man, I freaking hate frogs, man. Oh fuck. I hate this freaking frogs, bro. Freaking frog right in front of me. Oh man. Now that I'm scared, but I just don't like them. I feel like it's gross. This motherfucker, he chilling here too. Look at him chilling here. Like, what you doing here, my guy? Why is you here? Ew. Why is you on my couch, bro? Hold on, I'm about to hit him with the chancleta, bro. Stop. What you doing here? Freaking frogs, bro. Um, Let me see. What is the best entry level for someone at the beginning of their career? I would say it's content management, right? Content editor, web producer, which means just managing a website. You have enough skills to build web pages, but you're not the JavaScript guy yet, right? So that's the perfect role for you because they give you the content, they give you all the information, the photos, everything. Your job is to make sure that looks good on the website. Careful of returning the freaking frogs. Yeah, you believe in that conspiracy. Somebody, I don't know where I heard that before. That was in Joe Rogan podcast. Somebody talking about, yo, they do you hear about this? They're making the frogs gay. Like what? Yo, you guys are hilarious, bro. Anyways, guys, like I said, last day, guys, last day. Go check out the links in the description. 50% off CodingPhase.com. If you've been wanting me to help you out, work with you directly, you want to get access to all my courses, me searching for the jobs for you, helping you with your portfolio, your resume, the freaking resume builder that just gets you through the ATS bots. Guess what? This is the time. Take advantage. I'm telling you guys right now, some people's gonna be kicking their butts. They'll be like, damn, I should have signed up last year. And it's like, yeah, because I'm not doing this shit personally with nobody other than the people that already said that I was gonna do it for. You know? Yeah, man. Alex Jones, he's God's gift to the internet. Alex Jones, yeah, now I love that guy. Even though he kind of messed up with the Parkland thing and the Connecticut shooter and stuff, um, but he was pretty much spot on with a lot of things. You know, I used to watch him back in the days. I'm like an old viewer. Like I'm a classic, early stages viewer from Alex Jones, Joe Rogan. Shit, I was watching Joe Rogan before the Ice House Chronicles. You know what I mean? Back when it was on what was it? Damn, USTV. I can't remember the name of it. USTV live.us. Damn, I can't remember the URL. Because they took it down. It's not that no more. But early stages, that company was what became Twitch. Okay, we used to watch Joe Rogan on that. I used to watch Joe Rogan, and I used to have League of Legends on the side. I'll be playing League of Legends, boom, 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 listening to Joe Rogan's, Joey Diaz. What's this other kid? Damn, I hate that my memory is so bad. It's that I put so much information in my freaking brain that sometimes it's like something gotta go in, and for something to go in, something gotta get deleted. This shit is crazy, bro. Your brain has a limit, bro. That shit is annoying. Damn, what's this guy's name? Eddie Bravo. That's my man's. Eddie Bravo, bro. Go listen to the Eddie Bravo podcast with Joe Rogan when they talking about, nuclear bombs and shit. Yo, back when Joe Rogan was fun, man. Nowadays, Joe Rogan be having some freaking holes and some bullshit ass hosts, co-hosts in there, like interviewees, whatever. That shit is boring as hell. Back in the days, it used to be freaking lit. Talk about DMT, talk about aliens, talk about freaking you know conspiracy theories, and back when it was fun. How good were we on League? I was nice with League, but I used to get banned all the time. on League because I used to be cursing at people. I was like, yo, you better go take that lane. You know, keyword warrior. Yo, you're bottom. What you doing on top? This is my lane. Get off my fucking lane. And then when we lose, because some idiot don't know how to play his role in League of Legends, I'll go in and start cursing him out. Da da da. So then I will get reported. You know. Well, it was my guy. My guy was I think his name was Trundu. It's the big troll with the big ice stick. That was my shit. Push mid. Yo, where the jungle at? Yo, they should do that shit. That shit will be lit. Like a real life League of Legend. Even if it's a skit of just a bunch of dudes playing that shit. Like, yo, who got bottom lane? Supposed to be two people in bottom lane. What you doing up here? You're not jungle, bro. Have the jungle and fucking killing little minions, and it's like, yo, what you doing in the bushes? We getting attacked on top, bro. Go get that. Double up, double up. Yo, I'm coming from the bushes. Get in there, bro. Fuck you doing? Yeah, bro. I used to be getting crazy and get in League of Legends, but I was kind of addicted to that shit. Playing League of Legends, I kind of left it alone. That's when I started learning how to code deep. I said, I can't be doing this thing because I used to be going playing League of Legends from like 8 o'clock at night when I used to come home, all the way to like 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning, trying to get that diamond, that the platinum diamond, and all of that. I'm like, yeah, we about to go to the top. But then I will curse so much at people in the freaking thing that every account that I will have after like maybe like 4 or 5 months, I just get banned. Cause I'll be raging. I'll be like, yo, what you doing in this lane? Why you not attacking this? Yo, you don't see me? I'm coming from the side. We supposed to both attack at the same time, right? Yeah, I used to get banned. Like I love League of Legends, but I know that shit sucks up your time, bro. Every game is 20 minutes to 40 minutes. You damn near got no life. You play 4 games, that's 4 hours in a sense. Delo's like, damn, League of Legends real like that? Bro, League of Legends get real if you play with the right people. Now, if you're playing with some random dweeb, they play like old technical and this and that. I play with the hood. Me and my boys will go in there and like, yo, fuck you, yo, who let this? Whose man's is this? Who let Jinx be mid? Whose man's is this? Kick him the fuck out. We'll be cursing out. It'll be like me and like 3 of my boys in there, da da da, cursing everybody out, and then um, I will get banned because I will use my own account. My friends will use like throwaway accounts because you could go in and pay $10 and the account is already set up where you could start doing ranked matches. I will go in and grind it out, get my account up, and then from there, because I'll be cursing at so much at people, I will get banned. I'm the realest, you know what I mean? I'm the realest in the freaking game. I don't know why why they gotta ban me though. You know, left this for the same reason. It sucks up your time. Yep, Wizzy 17. That shit sucks up your time. You ain't got time to do anything else. And Call of Duty was like that for a moment in time. That's why I stopped playing games from 2011 till 2022, 21, around there. I picked it up again because my kids got older and they play like Fortnite and stuff like that. And I was teaching him how to play, and now he's way better than me now. But I stopped playing for like damn near 10 years. I still have all the video games, like all the latest things, but it's not like back in the days. I could sit down in front of a TV and play for hours and hours. I do half an hour. I start getting sleepy on the couch. Like for real. I bought the Final Fantasy game. I was like, man, I'm gonna play some Final Fantasy, and bro, I can't even freaking go past the first level because every time I'm playing, I'm just going to sleep. I don't know. Maybe I got that old head. itis. But yeah, man, guys, listen, I'm about to get out of here, about to eat, and like I said, links in the description. Just wanted to let you guys know, hang out with you guys for a little bit. Like I said, last day, 50% off. Use the links in the description. Okay, for those that want it, take it. Don't don't think about it. Don't waste your time. Just go in and yeah, jump on it. Okay, this is what I do. Okay, if you've been wanting to come into this game, put trust in me that if you do the work, I'm gonna help you out. If you don't do no work, don't expect nothing. But if you put in the work with me, I'm gonna put the work that I need to do to make sure that you succeed. Okay, this is what I do. I like to help people out. I like to get people into the game, especially people just like me. Especially Black, Latino, poor people. We don't care what background you're from, right? I feel like this is our way in. You know what I'm saying? Move a couple of tax brackets. I don't see anything else out here that helping us out like that. So we gotta educate ourselves and take risks and do what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I've been doing for the past 7, 8 years that you've been following me. It's been nothing but up. And the next level that we're going is even higher. Okay, but how does that happen? It's from education, investing in myself, learning new skills, and always staying on top of the game, not being scared. If you over here scared, oh my God, this thing is $180 for a whole year. Think about it like this: divide 180 by 12. You know what I'm saying? How much you really paying? You're paying like, I don't know, 15, $20 a month. You know what I mean? So it's not like out of your range. It's just, hey, this is the commitment that you're doing if you want to go and do it. You know what I mean? Um, am I having accountability today? No, accountability today is a holiday. I do accountabilities when it's a holiday like this. I do accountability meetings the following day because if I do the meeting, it's gonna be me and like 5 other people. Most people is not gonna show up for the accountability meeting on a holiday. So I'd rather go in and leave it for Tuesday. All right, guys. Anyways, man, I'm gonna see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. See you guys later. Peace.